Thank you for joining today and welcome to the How to Apply with the School of Energy, Geoscience, Infrastructure and Society webinar. I'm your presenter today. My name is Barry Bruce and I'm one of the Enrolment Advisors here at Heriot-Watt Online. So just a quick agenda for you today. We'll do how to know if the programme is right for you, a checklist of the documents required. We will go through a step-by-step process of how to apply. We'll give you some key dates and at the end we'll host a little Q&A session. So how do you know the programme is right for you? So there are many factors to consider whether deciding a programme is right for you. So some things you might want to think about is, do you enjoy your subject area? Does this subject area have employability for you? What are your career goals? And what do you want to develop in your academic skills while still working? So there's many things to think about to know that the programme is right for you specifically. You might also want to consider the following entry requirements. The fees, we do have a pay-as-you-study format, so if you're wanting to take 1 or 2 courses per semester, you would pay for those 1 or 2 courses. The mode of study as well, so we are flexible. It means that you can study anywhere and any time, and you can also earn while you study. So most of our students on the MSc programmes are working full-time alongside their studies. So why would you then choose us? So as one of the most progressive and internationally based institutions in Scotland, you'll have the opportunity to thrive both personally and academically during your time with us. We actually have over 25 years experience of delivering distance learning. We first put the MBA out as distance learning back in the 90s. So we were ranked 32nd in the UK and 235th worldwide in the QS World University Rankings 2024. And in the Graduate Outcome Survey 2023, we were first in Scotland and fourth in the UK for graduate employability, with 84.2% of our graduates in full-time employment or further studies 15 months after graduation. You'll also become globally connected, so we have over 20,000 graduates in over 160 countries worldwide. So no matter where you're from and where you're studying from, you will never feel alone. We have high quality internationally recognised degrees that are industry focused. We also have world leading research, and our programmes are designed in a way that you can work anytime, anywhere, and fit it into your own individual schedule. For accreditation, if you look at your particular programme page, it will tell you right down at the bottom who your programme is accredited by. So let's get into the how to apply. So just a quick checklist for you here. I will pause so that you can write this down. It's really important that you have all of these things ready when you go to apply with us. So you'll need your academic transcripts of mark and grades, your degree certificate, an up-to-date CV, a statement of purpose, and proof of your English language ability. So as I said, I'll pause so that you can write this down. So your academic transcript of marking grades, this is the list of your courses or modules that you have completed during your academic studies. The transcript shows the duration of your studies and the marks that you've achieved for each of your courses, so we need both of these. And we will also require your certificate or diploma that you were awarded when you graduated. Please note that hard copies are not required. Please just simply scan or take a picture of your certificate and upload this into the application portal. It's important to note as well that if your document is not in English, we do require a certificate, a translated copy, as well as the original document. So that's something to keep in mind. An up-to-date CV. So it's really important that your CV is up to date. It's a good idea to include a cover letter as the first page of your CV before submitting, and please include any relevant academic and work experience that you feel relates to the programme that you are applying for. So the statement of purpose. The supporting statement is a personal statement for your outlining your academic history and relevant experience. So this is where you should demonstrate that you're a suitable candidate for the programme that you're applying for, and you should also use your personal statement to outline your motivation for your chosen area of study. So include details on why you're interested in studying at Heriot-Watt, why you've chosen this programme, and what you're hoping to get out of studying the programme. So we recommend that this statement of purpose be about 500 words. It's not something that you need to go way, way in depth for. It's just a personal statement outlining your experience, why you've chosen this programme, and what you're hoping to get out of studying with us. The next thing we need is proof of English language ability. So we can only consider your previous qualification if it was taught in English if you graduated within the last 2 years. So if you have done a degree that's in the last 2 years, we can accept this if it was taught in English. We also may accept a letter from your employer confirming that you conduct business in English. So the letter should include details of the period that you have worked for your company and be company headed, signed and dated. Or if you have studied full-time within the last 2 years and were taught and assessed in English, a letter may be accepted from that institute. If you're unable to provide this, or we're not actually satisfied with the evidence, you will need to provide IELTS or a different English language test. So IELTS has to be 6.5 with no element less than 6.0. And it is important to note as well that if you apply to transfer to on-study campus learning, you will be asked to provide an English language certificate at that time with a required grade in line with the Home Office and the UK regulations at that time. So if you study with us online, you have to meet a certain eligibility requirement. However, this may change if you want to then go and study it on campus. So for more English, for more information on proof of English language, please visit our English language requirements page. It will tell you all of what we accept in tests from IELTS to TOEFL. It will give you all of the grade boundaries that you need and tell you what we require. So references are not required when applying. The admissions tutor will be in touch with you directly if references become necessary, and there's no requirement to upload any evidence of financial support as well. So these aren't required, but just note that you might need to upload references at a later date if the admissions tutor finds this necessary. So now let's go through a step-by-step guide on how to apply to an EGIS programme here at Heriot-Watt Online. So your first step is you'll click the Apply Now button on the web page of the programme that you wish to apply for. So if you're applying for International Marine Science, you will click on the Apply Now on that specific programme page. If you're applying for Construction Project Management, you'll apply on that specific programme page. You'll create an account and you'll select the Start a New Application tab and complete in the application details section. So that will be things like your name, your mobile number, and your date of birth. You'll then get put forward into the applicant contact information and the applicant address section. So this is where you'll put your email address, confirm your email address, your phone number, and you'll input your full address. Once you've done that, it will take you to the study option. So it's important to note that the academic year for this September intake is 2025-26. So you want to make sure that you're getting the academic year right, and your location will be online distance learning, and the application type is HW online. So some people do come across some difficulties here, and it is just because they haven't clicked the right things in the right order. It's really important that you follow this step by step. Once you have then submitted your application, you'll be able to select the programme that you wish to study and the intake that you wish to start in. So you will put your location of your study, the programme, and then the study option, which will be online distance learning. If you're having issues here, it is because you haven't put in the right information previously. So I'd recommend just going back and then back a couple of pages and following this directly. You'll save and continue, and on the next screen you can check and update all of your personal details. So it's really important that you make sure that everything is right at this point, because this is where you can change it if you've put a typo in, if something is wrong, you can go back and change it at this point. So on the next two screens, you will enter additional personal information. So this is about your qualifications that you have, your funding, and any further information that we require for the application. So it will just ask you a few extra questions, and if you select yes for some of them, for example, your education qualification, if you say yes, I have an undergraduate degree, at that point we'll ask you where is it from and what degree it is that you have. So now on your dashboard, you will see the application that you have created, and you will now have the option to upload the documents from that checklist we have earlier. So you can see here, it will say your first name, last name, the application that you're applying for. It has the status, which will have additional requirements on it just now, as you can see from the bottom one there. And on the very right-hand side, it says upload documents. So when you click on upload documents, you will include your academic transcript, your degree certificate, your up-to-date CV, your statement of purpose, and proof of English. So it's really important that you please remember to click the blue text to ensure that your document uploads. If you don't do this, it won't upload, and you won't receive an offer from us because your application is not marked as complete. So to navigate back to My Dashboard, you'll now see that once you have uploaded all of these documents, your application is now marked as complete. So once your status has changed to completed, that's when your application will be reviewed by the team, and you will be advised of your outcome of your application once this has been reviewed and a decision is available. So once it is complete, it's about 2 weeks for you to receive an offer from us, and you'll see here that it can either be unconditional, conditional, or you're rejected. So if you are looking to apply for the September intake, the deadline to submit a complete application for the September 2025 intake is Friday the 15th of August. So if you're looking to apply for the January 2026 intake, your application deadline will be the 15th of December 2025. So you may still submit an application beyond these dates, however the university cannot guarantee that you will be made an offer for the intake that you apply for if the application is submitted beyond the deadline date. So you can still submit an application, however we can't guarantee that you would be admitted into the next upcoming intake. So I would like to now welcome any questions that you may have about the programme or applying with us here at Heriot-Watt Online. If you would like to email us with any specific questions, you can reach out to myself and the rest of the enrolment team at HW Online Apps. And for any questions that you have regarding specifically enrolment, you can contact the Online Student Support Team at HWO Admissions. So we've got a couple of questions in the chat here that I will just go through. So is there an option to drop courses modules in the middle of a semester if the student finds workload too heavy due to enrolling in too many courses for an academic semester? So we recommend that you take no more than 2 courses per academic semester, so only 1 or 2 courses. If you're struggling with that, we can assist you further into managing your workload. I noticed there's a tuition payment option that allows students to pay their tuition over 6 months instead of in full. Can you provide more details about this payment option? So for Heriot-Watt Online, that is not the case. Students pay on a course by course basis. So we have no options to pay in instalments. It's on a course by course basis. So say you wanted to study one course in September, you would pay that specific module fee. Apart from that, if I applied and received an unconditional offer letter for the January 2026 intake, but I'm ready to start in September 2025, am I allowed to do my online registration enrolment for myself for September 2025? So if you have applied and you have an offer letter for January 2026, but you do want to start in September 2025, please reach out to the HWO admissions email and they will be able to adjust your intake. It's not as simple as, going on and completing enrolment and registration yourself. We would need to change your intake in the system. So if there is any other questions, I will be hanging about for another 10 minutes or so on this webinar. If you want to reach out to us on any of our social medias, we are on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and X. If not, I would like to thank you for attending today's How to Apply webinar. And as I said at the start, this webinar will be recorded. It will be put on our social media and our YouTube as well, if you want to go back and follow the step-by-step process on how to apply. But thank you so much for joining today. I will leave this slide up here. If you have any emails that you want to send to us that are specific, you can reach our enrolment team, which is myself and my colleagues. And for any questions that you have that are regarding enrolment, please contact the Online Student Support Team at HWO Admissions. Thank you.